Here is Elvis.
Howdy, everybody. I hope you are well.
This is Elvis, the ultimate fan channel, the global Elvis community fan channel.
And happy July 4th weekend. God bless America. Okay, so here we are. As I say, welcome once again to Elvis the Ultimate Fan Channel. I am just trying to have a little bit of a... Yes, there we are. Welcome. My screen was playing up again, and we had a little bit of a malfunction at the beginning of last week's live. If it happens again, just bear with me for 5 minutes, because if it does go down, it takes about 5 minutes to reset again. So don't worry, I will be back. But with a little bit of luck, that won't happen this week. The gremlins were definitely at me last week. Now, worldwide shout out. I promise this every week, worldwide shout out, because it is the global Elvis community channel. And I'm aware that Elvis has his fans all over the world. So last week I asked people to send in their location where they watch this channel, and I would pick one, and I will do that as well for the following few weeks, because I had quite a few people saying, Steve, I'm watch your show from, and so forth and so forth. So I'll do that for the next few weeks, and then when I'm starting running out of locations, I'll ask you to send your locations in again. But this week it is North Carolina. Hello, North Carolina. And with it being the 4th of July weekend, I suppose that's quite what's the word? Yeah, it's fitting that it's an American state. And there you are. That's this week's worldwide shout out. What have we got? Well, we have a topic, Battle of the Albums. I've been really looking forward to this, actually, since I picked this as a topic. It's just something I've wanted to find out for a long time, and I'm going to throw it out to you. It's going to be on you. What wins the battle of these two albums. And then I've got this day in Elvis history. Huge day in Elvis history. And if it's your birthday, or if it's anniversary, a red letter day, or anything like that, you're going to be so pleased with what happened on this day in Elvis history. You really are. A live poll. The poll actually does, of course, mesh in with the topic. We've got Dylan's Elvis Tale. Dylan, I hope you're standing by. We've got underrated Elvis song, a song I wish Elvis had recorded. Caption the photo. Yeah, if you didn't see the caption the photo, you'll see it later. It was a good one. Then we've got smoking hot photo, of course.
Oh, he's so hot.
Wait till you see that one, girls. And you can, of course, call me free on WhatsApp on the telephone number that's on the screen. And you can also, if you follow me on Facebook, you can phone me on Messenger. Even better, you can get in the queue, the Discord queue, and if you use our Discord server. If not, there is a link below, and you can accept the invite, and then you can get in the phone-in queue. And that's really it for now. There is a lot coming up, and a lot of fun, hopefully. A lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to this battle of the albums. I really am. Yeah. I don't know how it's going to go, because this person here cannot pick out between these two albums. Really, really can't. Okay. So, we're off to a flying start with one of these.
Hidden Elvis. Clue number 1.
Yes. Now, thanks to Dylan for putting this idea in my head. I did tweak the clues a little bit for this. So, Dylan, obviously, you can't take part in this. And hidden clue number 1. There's another 3 clues to go after this, so hold off until the 4th clue, and then I'll ask you to type your answer in the live chat. And it is 6 shows. Okay? 6 shows. That's hidden clue number 1. Fan of the Month quiz. We have a winner for June, and we will be spinning the Wheel of Fortune, as I call it, next week. And some lucky winner will be picked out, of course. And then I ask them what they want as a prize. I'll offer them a few alternatives and they pick a prize. But we now launch into July's Fan of the Month quiz. And it's song lyrics. How well do you know Elvis's songs? If I was to give you a line from an Elvis song, could you tell me what the next line is? And we've got Chris R moderating. Hi, Chris. Thanks very much. And Dave Arkansas Dave as well. And okay, what's this? David Dylan won't win this week. I don't know. He's very good. But a lot of people are very good as well. I'm always so impressed with how people, Elvis fans, answer these questions like lightning. And I'm never more impressed than when I do the backwards Elvis and people get backwards Elvis. I don't know how they do that. I really don't. If I didn't have the answer in front of me, I don't think I'd be able to do it. And I set the flipping questions. So anyway, right, here we go. 6 questions, 6 lines from a song, and you've got to tell me you've got to type what the next line is. And I'll tell you how many words I'm looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first one is 4 words. And it is, I've jumped to the moon. Okay? I've jumped to the moon. Dylan says, and ate some cheese. The cow jumped over the moon. Okay. Juan was close, but I'm going to be strict on this, and it is actually from cloud number 9. So I actually think that it is Brian Roberts, because Juan said on cloud number 9, and the actual thing I have on the sheet is from cloud number 9. I'm going to use the 1968 special pen this week, and I'm gonna say Brian, because it was from cloud number 9. I hope that Juan, you don't mind. And you know what? I have got a new quiz jingle this week. So here we are.
Flippy. Real flippy.
And thanks to Joseph for reminding me about that one. I have actually used that one a long time ago, but I'd forgotten I had it. So...
flippy. Real flippy.
Juan says, my spelling was cack anyway, Steve. Okay, so yeah, it goes to Brian. Brian, you're flippy. Real flippy. Okay, now, number 2 is She's Away and Westward Bound. Of course, that first one was from Because of Love, just in case you were wondering. Dylan made me laugh. Get some cheese, yeah. Nope, it ain't coming. Looks like it's going to be a bad week for Dylan. Yeah, actually, Juliana has given me more than I expected. Vincenzo is saying early morning rain. Mark Green is saying early morning rain. Yeah, the only thing is that's not the next line. And it is Juliana. Well done, Juliana. And it is far above the cloud she'll fly. Early morning rain, of course. So, Juliana, you are...
Flippy. Real flippy.
She gave all of it. Yeah, she did. I think she's probably singing away there to herself, actually, Juliana. Okay, here we go. Number 3. I didn't tell you how many... that's probably why Juliana typed a lot more than what I expected, because I didn't tell you how many words I needed. For this one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words, and it's yes, I got my train fare. There you go. Yes, I got my train fare. What's the next 6 words? Oh, Mark says, sorry, only just joined. I thought it was song titles. Oh, okay, Mark, no problem. Yeah, I know, it's the next line. Oh, wow. Juliana is really, really on the ball. I think it's probably Juliana that's got it. Brian's got it. But according to Dave and according to Chris, it's Juliana again. Wow, Juliana, your name is definitely going to be... on the wheel next month, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so you are
Flippy. Real flippy.
okay. The next one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words. Oh yeah, sorry. That last one, pack my grip and ride away, was feel so bad. Okay. Now, this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words, and it's no arms but yours, dear, will do. Yeah. There you are. No arms but yours, dear, will do. Dave says it's a hard week. It's a hard one this week. Yeah. I haven't been very nice to you this week. For anything that's part of you, I don't have a clue. What was I going to say, Dylan? Dylan, I've definitely found your weak spot. Brian is close. Francesca Grey Music. Hello, Francesca. I think you're new to the channel. Welcome. Please give me a thumbs up, and also please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done. Is it Juliana for the hat trick? Wow. Juliana. Wow. 3 in a row. That's
Flippy. Real flippy.
It's also very impressive as well. I think you're only the second or the third person to get 3 in a row. If you get 4 in a row, I don't think anybody's ever got 4 in a row. My lips will always be true. I'm yours. That's from. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. Okay. And it's, if you part my hair with a chair. That's a real fun song. And a real fun film. I'm so happy when I see a new name on the live chat. Because to me it means that the channel is working, because we're getting more fans and so forth to join in and support the channel and support obviously Elvis's legacy and memory, which is what we're trying to do. Now, me going off on a tangent, I missed who it was. I can see your bald head. Is that me? Okay. Do you know, she did. Juliana. Oh, my goodness me. Okay. Okay, it is Juliana, and I've just pressed the wrong button, so I've completely lost my screen. And I am going to say well done, Juliana, on that one, because it's 4 in a row now, Juliana, and they'll spread the news to Timbuktu. Of course, wolves have ears. And Juliana is really keeping everybody else's name off the wheel at the moment. At the moment, with it being the first week of July, we've got Brian Roberts and Juliana are the 2 names on the wheel so far. Of course, all that will change through July. But yeah, that's very impressive, Juliana. Very, very impressive. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't believe it. 6 words again. And it's the 6th and final question of July 6th, 2025 Song Lyrics Fan of the Month quiz. And it is, "Oh, someone has taken you from me." Now, Mark Hutchins says, impressive. Yes, and it will be phenomenal if she gets this one. Dylan says, nope, I surrender. Well, it's definitely not surrender. It looks like Juliana says, oh no, I've lost it. Okay. A 1970 track it was. And congratulations, John Rowley. You nipped in there and halted Juliana's rush to superiority. And it is "And Left Me Here All Alone," which is "A Little Cabin on the Hill." Well done, John. And I'm going to put your name down there, and you are going to be on the wheel. Well done to everybody that took part and got it right, and just brilliant to everybody that took part anyway, to join in. It's a bit of fun. There is a prize at the end of it, and please do please do tune in next week, because I will be spinning the wheel to reveal to you who is June's Fan of the Month. And I think when I started assembling the name on the wheel there yesterday, I think there's 18 names on there, I believe. So, plenty of people in there to win the prize. Now, Juliana says, I don't know how the heck I did that. I never do well with quizzes. Well, you did very, very well there. In fact, we should actually give Juliana a round of applause, and give everybody a round of applause as well that got it right. Well done. And right, so topic. Yes. Oh, I've been so looking forward to this. I really have. Jane says, I failed miserably. Jane, you didn't fail miserably, because just by coming on and joining in, you're a winner. Because, as I always say, everybody on this channel is a winner. Everybody that watches the live, everybody that watches it on catch up, to me is an Elvis winner, and Elvis would be so, so proud of you. Did I give John the last flippy? I probably didn't.
Flippy, real flippy.
Thank you for reminding me. So yeah, no, you didn't fail miserably. Nobody fails miserably on this channel. Just by joining in, you're all winners. Now, the topic, I have been so looking forward to this, and I've been very, very, very mean to you by expecting you to sort this out for me. Battle of the Albums. It's these two beauts. Yes, Potluck with Elvis and Something for Everybody. And I'm going to dive straight into Something for Everybody, as it was the first of the two to be released. Something for Everybody is the 6th studio album by Elvis. Almost the whole album was recorded during one mammoth session at RCA Studio B, beginning at 6 p.m. on Sunday, March 12th, 1961, and ending the following morning at 5:15 a.m. The only exception was the 12th and final track, I Slipped, I Stumbled, I Fell, recorded the previous November at Radio Recorders for Wild in the Country soundtrack. Something for Everybody was released by RCA on May 19th, 1961. Now let's have a look at the contents. Okay, here we are. And actually, it was quite unique as far as an Elvis album was concerned. Well, at this time it was anyway, because there was a ballad side and there was a rhythm side. So the ballad side kicked off with There's Always Me, with that lovely, beautiful operatic ending, a Don Robertson number. Give Me the Right, Fred Wise and Norman, what is it? Biagman, is it? Biagman? Okay, then we got It's a Sin, Sentimental Me, Starting Today, and Gently. That rounded off side one. And then the rhythm side was I'm Coming Home, In Your Arms, Put the Blame on Me, Judy, I Want You With Me, and I Slipped, I Stumbled, I Fell. Yes. Imagine kicking out all that in one overnight session. What artist could do that today? Not many, I don't think. Not many. Okay, now, just 8 days after recording the session that produced this fabulous album, Elvis went into Radio Recorders to begin work on the soundtrack recording for his 8th movie, Blue Hawaii. Now, yes, let's move on to the other contender in the Battle of the Albums. Potluck, yes. Potluck with Elvis is the 7th studio album. So this was obviously followed straight after, well, not straight after, but it was the next studio album after Something for Everybody. So it's a 7th studio album for Elvis. Recording sessions took place on March 22nd, 1961 at Radio Recorders in Hollywood, on June the 25th and on October 15th, 1961, and March 18th and March 19th, 1962 at RCA Studio B in Nashville. Let's look at the contents. This one didn't really have a rhythm and a ballad side, but it kicked off with Kiss Me Quick, Just for Old Time's Sake, Gonna Get Back Home Somehow, Such an Easy Question, Stepping Out of Line, which was from, it was like a leftover from Blue Hawaii, Something Blue, Suspicion, I Feel I've Known You Forever, Night Rider, Fountain of Love, and That's Someone You Never Forget, Elvis Presley and Red West. Okay. Elvis never wrote any of his songs. Okay, yeah, okay. Well, we know different, don't we? And that's not the only one. Now, Potluck with Elvis was released by RCA on June 5th, 1962, nearly 13 months after Something for Everybody. Although, like his predecessor, Something for Everybody, Potluck easily made the top 10 on the album chart. Both had been vastly outsold by the soundtrack albums for GI Blues and Blue Hawaii. So, sales-wise, which was the most successful of the two? Well, I can tell you that, looking at this, you've got Something for Everybody was number 1 in the US and number 2 in the UK, and it was RIAA Gold certified, and Potluck was number 4 in the US and number 1 in the UK. So by my standards, Something for Everybody, a 1 and a 2, was a little bit better than a 4 and a 1. So really you could say that chart-wise, Something for Everybody was slightly more successful, I suppose you could say, couldn't you? So that is the battle of the albums for this week. And what I need to say now is I now want to throw it out to you. I've got to find There it is. Yes. Okay. Now, I want you, dear viewer, to try and tell me what you believe is the best out of Something for Everybody or Potluck. And one of the reasons why I'm going to do this poll is simply because I have not one clue how to separate those two. I really don't. Because, you know, when you look at There's Always Me, Give Me the Right, you know, all those... Oh, goodness me. To think that he fired off all those in one overnight session. Not, I know, I slipped, I stumbled, I fell, he didn't. But all the other ones were on March the 12th and March the 13th. Phenomenal, really. And then Potluck. Look at Potluck. Kiss Me Quick. I'm going to get back home somehow. Such an easy question. I feel that I've known Night Rider. That's someone you'll never forget. There's just... The quality of those songs are just unbelievable. Really, really unbelievable. So, Battle of the Albums, the poll this week is Something for Everybody or Potluck. So I'm going to start that now. And what I want to say then is, if you feel like you want to... oh yeah, Jane says not keen on the picture for Potluck. It's a bit of a strange one, actually, because if I just find the covers again, his hair is very kind of high up, isn't it? And it was sort of... that's definitely a follow that dream kind of time of his career when he had those pictures taken there for Potluck. So yeah, it's a bit of a strange one, especially when you consider how his hair looks on the Something for Everybody. It looks kind of wide as well, doesn't it? But yeah, I've often thought Elvis's hair kind of looks like he needs a haircut on the Potluck. But yeah, and if you want to ring me about this Battle of the Albums and you want to discuss or give me your feelings on those two albums, please do. But yeah, I'm going to let that run for a while. Please vote on it. It's completely anonymous, as I always say every week. We don't know who votes. We just know how many people vote for each option. And it'll decide something for me after over 50 years. Which do fans think is the best album out of Something for Everybody and Potluck? And why? Why? If you want to tell me why, if you want to ring me and tell me why you've chosen Something for Everybody or why you've chosen Potluck, I would be delighted, absolutely delighted to hear from you. We've got to... Do you know what we've got to do now? We've got to do another one of these.
Hidden Elvis. Clue number 2.
Hidden Elvis, clue number 2, to go with clue number 1, which was 6 shows, is press conference. Press conference. Okay? Does anybody know yet? Okay. And then we move briskly on to this.
It's time once again for Dylan's Elvis Tale.
Are you there, young sir? No, he isn't, because I haven't taken him off mute. How are you?
Bill.
Fantastic is right. Are you on a bit of a high this evening like I am? I don't know what's wrong with me, but I am.
My faith in rock and roll has been restored.
Oh, yeah. I know. He's going to say about Oasis.
How did you possibly know that, Steve?
Yeah, unfortunately, as I told you earlier on in the week, unfortunately, I'm not really much of an Oasis fan. They were okay, but yeah. I know.
No.
I know. Sorry about that. I'm sorry to let you down.
Steve, bad that.
Anyway, your faith in rock and roll should never have been thwarted anyway with Elvis. You know.
Well, okay. Well, no. Let me re-emphasize my statement. My faith in UK rock and roll.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Right. So will we do the battle of the albums first of all? I was speaking to you earlier on, and I gave you a sneak preview of what the two albums were, and you went, "Oh no, how am I supposed to choose between those two?"
Oh man, is what I actually said.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
Myself. Yeah. But so you know what I did was I listened to them both in full this afternoon.
Ah, yeah. Well, what a great reason to do that. Listen to Potluck and Something for Everybody. Wow.
And I made a decision based on what I heard. And based on what I heard, I picked Something for Everybody.
Okay. Can you tell us why? I know you're saying what you heard, but was there one track that actually swung it?
Yeah, There's Always Me.
Yeah. The operatic ending.
Yeah. You see, people say that It's Now or Never was Elvis's Mario Lanza moment, but I think It's Always Me it's true Mario Lanza moment.
Mm-hmm.
For me.
Okay.
Personally.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few Mario Lanza moments, really, if you want to. I mean, you could say Surrender as well.
True.
How Great Thou Art. But of course, the later versions of How Great Thou Art. Yeah, Hurt. Yeah, Hurt. Yeah. And I like the way Baz snuck in the reference to Mario Lanza in the movie when Parker said the America's greatest singer is going to take your place, and he said Mario Lanza.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that.
I like it too. So before we get to the tale,
Yes.
I want to put in another plug because, I'm always about plugging, you see.
Okay.
And it's for this coming week because we have got 2 days of great music. So Thursday is the Elvis Music Show with Brent Arnold, of course. And that episode is going to be the promo episode for my upcoming concert.
Okay.
Which is going to be the movie show, which I'm very excited to perform for everybody.
Okay.
And Elvis Music Show is 7 o'clock UK time, 2 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Central, and then all the times you can translate to your country.
Okay, so this is Tuesday, is it?
Thursday.
Thursday, I beg your pardon. Thursdays.
And then Saturday is my show, which is 1 o'clock UK time.
Yeah, lunchtime.
Yep, 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time, 7 in the morning for Central, and then I can never get the Mountain Time right. So anybody that's in the Mountain Time zone, you can.
They can work it.
What time that is?
They can work it out. They can work it out.
So yeah.
Okay, great. All right, looking forward to that. Great. Alrighty. Right. So the tale, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got photographs here. The first one is the group photograph.
Mm-hmm. So sometimes in the Elvis world, there are what I call Elvis revelations. And this is one of them, for sure. So in the first engagement back in Vegas in 1969, Elvis's main go-to outfits were the black Cossack, the white Cossack, the navy Cossack, the white leather two-piece, and the mohair. Those were his go-to outfits at engagement. And in all the articles and all the newspapers that you'll see, they all state that the first jumpsuits came about in January of 1970, the first one being the pearl macrame collar, which is the one that's on stage.
Okay.
But that is not the case. The first jumpsuit was the white metal eye. And it made its debut on August 19th, 1969.
Right.
Now, the question that everyone's going to ask me now, well, how do we know this? We know this because it comes from the man himself. It comes out of the mouth of the man himself. Because during the show, he turns around to Charlie and he says, "Hey, Charlie, do you like my new suit? It's got holes in it." And he's referring to the studs because the studs on the sleeves, far back, it looks like it's got holes in it. But obviously, it's not. That's just how it was made.
Mm.
And the reason that they were able to find out that it was August 19th was because it was dated, which is a lifeline. So, yeah. And then the second picture is the set list that he performed that night.
Okay.
Which is it's the basic set for that engagement. But Yeah, if you've never heard the recording, then that's the set that he did that night.
You have sent me the link, and I can put the link below this this video. And he actually says to Charlie about the holes in the suit, yeah?
Yeah.
One thing I did notice, though, was the description says 1969. I think that's probably wrong. They've typed in the wrong year.
Nope.
Oh.
He wore that suit in 1969.
Oh, very good. Thanks for picking me up on that. All right, I just wanted to make sure I was I got the right clip. Great. That was very interesting. That very interesting indeed.
Yeah, there you go.
So let's have a look. Obviously, he started off with blue suede shoes. I got a woman, all shook up, let me tender. The usual 50s sort of ones. Oh, he did memories, did he? Wow.
Yeah, he did memories that night. Yeah.
Baby, what you want me to do? Run away? Are you lonesome tonight? I don't know whether he was laughing during that or not. Yesterday in Hey Jude. Oh, right, he did segued into Hey Jude. In the Ghetto, of course. Suspicious Minds. What did I say? And then, of course, he finished off with Can't Help Falling in Love. Brilliant. Okay.
Yeah, that's why he sung that night in that suit.
Now, I was listening to Rick's show before I came on, and unfortunately, there was quite a bit of bad news about Leslie Pilling and the Circle G Ranch Foundation. Leslie is unfortunately stepping down. I will be saying more on this. I just wanted to mention it. I didn't want to go the whole show without mentioning it, but I will be mentioning it in a later show. And it's devastating news, unfortunately. I will say one thing: nobody could have done more than Leslie did. Without doubt, nobody could have done more than Leslie did.
Well, no, and she put 15 years of work into it. So
exactly, yeah. And
you can't ask for any more than that, can you?
Well, to put 15 years of effort into something like that is, serious. It's serious. It's not just a fly-by-night. Oh, she wasn't playing at it. Put it that way. She invested her whole life into it. And I would imagine that she actually gave up quite a lot of her life, her own personal life, to it as well. And I know that she had to have. She was saying that she had to actually have time off work because of the stress of it as well. So you can see just how much effort and seriousness she was putting into it. But I will be mentioning more about that in later shows. Right, young sir. Okay.
Yeah. Whoa. Tease time.
Oh yeah, tease time. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh no! Well, actually, I'm gonna whoa you. Actually, this picture, the fella on Elvis's left. I believe that's Hugh Jarrett. Is it, or is it Ray Walker?
I believe it's Hugh Jarrett as well.
You think it's Hugh Jarrett? Okay. If somebody can tell us whether it's Hugh Jarrett or, because I'm caught between two stools, whether it's Hugh Jarrett or Ray Walker. But anyway, somebody will definitely let us know for sure. Okay, sorry about that. Tease time.
Tea time. Yeah. Not tea time. I've already had tea time. So, a very dear friend of mine was telling me that their parents went to see Elvis during the first 8 shows in the last way of the engagement. And they told me something very, very, very interesting, which I will tell you next time.
This was at the opening shows of That's the Way It Is, August 1970, yeah?
Yeah, August 1970.
Great. I'm going to look forward to that. I kind of know what it is, but listener, viewer, you will find this very, very interesting. Okay, young sir. All righty.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Talk to you next week. Bye.
Join us again next week for another Dylan's Elvis tale.
Yes, always fun to have Dylan on, and it's always good when he tells us a tale. And we go over now to Vincenzo. Hi, Vincenzo. How are you?
I'm doing good.
So, this battle of the albums, did you find it easy or hard to choose?
No, it's hard.
Right, now you can't say both, okay? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, we lost you there just for a second. You can't say both, so which one are you going to say?
Something for everyone.
Something for everybody. And you've got to tell me the reason why. Is there a particular track in there that swung it for you?
that song, That Was Always Me.
Yeah, well, well, funny enough, Dylan said the same thing as well. And what a way to start off an album with "There's Always Me." Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Okay, Vincenzo, thanks for calling in. All the best. Bye bye. So there you have it. And we move on to Juliana. Hi, Juliana.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Trying to figure out how the heck I won all of that.
Oh, yeah. Hey, yes. Yeah. How many? Was it 4 or 5 in the end? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think was it 4? I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it was just because you were picking songs that I've been listening to a lot in the last week, but I normally I can't even type that fast. So
yeah, maybe so. Well, normally Dylan gets in so fast. I mean, it's unbelievable. But yeah, I stumped him this week. I found his weak spot, definitely.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I thought you had found mine too, because normally the song lyric thing always really stumps me, but I can't believe I didn't get the last one, because Cabin on a Hill is a really good song, and I just bought the Elvis Country album this past week because I've been really listening to a lot of his country stuff, so I can't believe I didn't get that one.
I would imagine you've got to kind of sing it in your head, haven't you? But the thing is I would imagine some people their mind just goes blank all of a sudden. If you're kind of trying to think of what
my mind did that time.
So have I made it really difficult for you this week with this battle of the albums?
Extremely, because honestly, this is one of the very bad things about being such a young fan, is I genuinely do not listen to these 2 albums that much, at all.
Oh, right.
I really think, if I look at the list of songs here, hold on. I mean, genuinely, I think the one that I know the most is probably Something for Everybody, and that's the one I picked, not necessarily because I know it more, but just because I know the songs on it more, and I know what I like. But I mean, truly, between the 2, I'm looking at all these and I'm like, I haven't listened to that. I haven't listened to that. I'm like, man, I really got to prepare myself.
I mean, it was such a strong time for Elvis with studio albums. I mean, they were spaced over 13 months, but to kick out 2 albums of that caliber, and what gets me with Something for Everybody, he did the whole album, and there was one left over, wasn't there? I think Feel So Bad or something like that, which wasn't included, and he did all that in one overnight session. I don't know many artists that could do an overnight session now and put out an album of that quality.
There's a lot of things that Elvis did that people can't do nowadays.
Exactly. And also, you've got to take your hats off to the musicians as well, the Wrecking Crew as well. They backed him up. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah. It's insane. I mean, I've always been intrigued by his way of doing sessions, because it's really just, as far as studio albums go, obviously with the movies and everything, it was just, whenever they scheduled him, but with the studio ones, it was kind of just like it might be in the middle of the night, but like Elvis said, he feels like recording, so let's go for it,
Yeah.
And I feel like you hear me say this 100 times, but when he's feeling it, you can tell. You can tell when he's feeling good, when he's in the song, and I think that's what set him apart, was because you could really tell the difference between when he liked a song and when he liked where it was going and what the song was, and you could tell the difference from when he didn't like it, like when he sang Old MacDonald.
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's right. Oh, goodness me. I mean, Rick and Cam were saying on one of their in the studio videos a few weeks ago, the actual immediacy and spontaneity of the way Elvis recorded live in the studio, you just can't beat now. It's all manufactured now. They'll lay down one track, then another track, then they'll bump it up, and then they'll put another one in, and they've got 96 tracks, maybe more now, I don't know, to play with. And yet, it's just, the immediacy is gone now. The freshness has gone, I think, out of recordings.
Yep. And I think, I really, truly, the Jungle Room sessions kind of hold a special place in my heart. And I think that's because there's just something different about those, because again, Elvis was always that way. He was like, oh, you know what? I feel like recording. Let's go record. Is it 1 a.m. in the morning? Yeah, but I don't care. I'm Elvis. Yeah. So and with the Jungle Room sessions, it was like, this is his home, his space. He didn't have to go far. He just had to walk down the stairs.
Yeah.
And again, I feel like that kind of aided into the whole spontaneity of it because, you know, again, he was feeling it, and he was probably feeling it even more because he was in the jungle room, and I think there's just something special that he had with.
He was a night owl anyway. When he became famous, everything flipped for Elvis. You know, it must have been difficult for him when he was doing the movies because obviously they had to shoot during the daytime. And then
I imagine, yeah.
Those first few days after he'd laid off at Graceland and he was going back, it must have been hard for him to get back into the swing of things because he was definitely a night owl, you know.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to say it. I'm glad that somebody brought up his hair on the cover of Potluck because I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because it's like wide. I was talking with somebody in my server the other day because I was making some graphics and collages and stuff of different pictures of Elvis, and it was a really large collage because it took me 3 freaking days to do it. But I was going through the 60s, you know, pictures and everything, and I stopped and I looked and I was like, man, I really like the early 60s. I can't. I really just can't.
Yeah, I mean, I that's definitely from around about the Follow That Dream era, that photograph.
Yeah.
And his hair definitely was high and soft nearly. I think he changed his hairdressing for Follow That Dream. I really do.
Yeah.
There was definitely a different texture to it.
Someone, I don't know if it was me or somebody else, but one of us said it looked like he was wearing a motorcycle helmet.
Yeah. It's definitely one of my least favorite Elvis hairstyles, that one.
It's not a reason for me to not like that out. I think I have that album on record. It might be one of the ones I have, but it's just one of those things. I was reading through the track list going, oh man, I really don't listen to any of these songs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I couldn't pick between the two of them. I could not pick between Potluck and Something for Everybody. So I will be very, very intrigued to see what the poll comes out as. I won't be surprised if it comes out at 50-50, you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, again, how can you choose? It's Elvis, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Okay. Thanks, Juliana. Thanks, as always, for calling in. It's always a pleasure. Alrighty.
Always.
All the best. Bye. Bye. Okay, and we move on to Mark. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Steve. How you doing?
How are you?
I'm all right, recovering just from a holiday. So I just got back on Friday, and I did go to Cardiff to see Oasis.
Fantastic. Did you? Were you at the first night or the second night?
First night I was there. We came back from Creation on the Friday morning, threw my bags in. The kids were here. We got a babysitter for the kids and me and the wife. We got a train down to Cardiff. And we saw them. It was a fantastic gig. Good. I mean, like I say, don't get me wrong. I'm nothing against them. I just never really got into them. I don't know why. I just didn't The good thing for all Elvis fans, obviously they had 2 support acts, and just about 25 minutes before they were due to come on, obviously they're rigging the stage up, and then they played a load of songs, which were personal songs for Liam and Noel, you know, stuff that they liked listening to. And the 4th song was Elvis Way Down, and it was bumping out the stadium. It was fantastic.
Brilliant. Yeah.
They played Elvis, they played the Beatles, of course. They played the Rolling Stones, all the stuff that they were brought up and listened to and liked. So it was nice that Elvis was brought up there, and
just goes to show the influence is still there. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, and obviously I was in Croatia, and they do like Elvis there as well. So
right.
Yeah. So that was good. Yeah, they forced me to sing a song, which I didn't really want to do. When I'm on holiday, but
no, that's true.
Sang a song, and they all loved it. Yeah, it's great.
And you're saying it's Croatia, yeah?
Croatia, yeah.
Yeah, I if there's anybody watching from Croatia, then send me a message, and you could have you could have the worldwide shout out one week.
That's great. Yeah, the topic's great, Steve. I have both these albums, original albums, in quite good condition. Both fantastic albums. I think 1962 was one of the best years for Elvis vocally as well. I think his voice was fantastic.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
You can't part these 2 albums, and they should have sold more, but we all know why they didn't sell more, because everybody was buying the movie soundtrack albums, obviously, before And before these two came out, we had GR Blues and Blue Hawaii.
Yeah, which unfortunately outsold them.
Yeah, outsold them, and it's a crying shame. It's a crying shame because they were both fantastic albums. You know, if I had to pick one, it would just be just over the one. It would have to be Something for Everybody.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I really, obviously, it was split in two sides, wasn't it? The ballads, and then the B side was more like the from faster songs. But I love In Your Arms. I love I'm Coming Home. It's just, even though There's Always Me, yeah, fantastic song. It's a Sin, you know, Gently. His voice is brilliant on all of them.
Yeah, I agree.
And I just think he just picks it just about. But Potluck was always an album like you didn't really know much about Potluck at the time. It came out, you got that album, you probably years later you might have bought it. And but the songs on that again, fantastic again. But I always say, and I'm quite glad that somebody else brought it up. I think the cover let that album down.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's obviously a shot. It's obviously a shot from Follow That Dream.
Yeah.
It's a shot of his hair because that was the only film that he had his natural hair.
Yeah, he definitely stopped dyeing it as well, and he was using different hairdressing in it as well, I think, anyway.
That's it, yeah. So around that time, yeah, and it's just a bit of you just think of all the photographs they could have used of Elvis from 1961, 62.
Yeah.
And it's okay, but it's a strange one. But you flip it over, the songs are great. Kiss Me Quick, and Kiss Me Quick could have been a number one. You know,
yeah.
And obviously, I've got to Get Home Somehow. Great song as well. On that one as well. Yeah, they're really two great albums. And I just wished that Elvis would have got back in the studio again, 64, 65, and done a couple of more.
Yeah, well, you see, after Roustabout, I think he only did for what was it, 2 years. I think all he did was he then just did soundtracks, didn't he?
Soundtracks, yeah, and we didn't get another album until he went back in and done the How Great Thou Art.
Yeah.
What a fantastic album. That turned out to be a session that probably brought him back into picking these songs that he wanted to do, because 67, 68, again, the songs were changing and he was singing songs that he wanted to do. I think we all know, come 65, he got a bit tired of the movies and the soundtrack albums, you know. Yeah. But these two albums before were fantastic, and I just wish he'd have done more. You know, but the Colonel knew that the soundtrack albums were the ones that was.
Yeah, I mean, he probably felt if Elvis was going to go in and do studio albums as well, they'd be competing with the soundtrack albums, and he didn't want that. He wanted the soundtrack album to promote the movie. The movie, yeah. Back
then, it was a fantastic PR thing, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. I mean, he was He was a promoter after all. That's what he was. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. You know, it lasted for so long, and obviously we all know it couldn't go on forever. But two great albums, and for me, probably just pick that one. For me, Something for Everybody.
Something for Everybody.
Yeah, for me.
And you actually think then that the actual cover shot could have actually harmed the sales of Potluck, do you?
I think the diehard Elvis fans at the time would have bought it.
Oh yeah.
But maybe I don't know, just thinking about the cover. I always found it a bit strange with Elvis albums, even when you go into the late 60s and the 70s. They didn't always pick the right covers.
No.
They could have picked so much better shots of Elvis.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people agree on that, and it's not, certain pictures were okay and some weren't. You know, I just think.
Well, I mean, it's indicative that when they reissue some albums, they actually do change the album cover. You know, and they realise that maybe we did get it wrong the first time.
Yeah, well, you know yourself, all the FTDs, the covers on all the FTD albums and the movie soundtracks, they're absolutely fantastic. And you think, why didn't you use this? But I think it was just rushed out, wasn't it?
Yeah, of course it was.
Rushed out at the time, yeah. No, I don't think any care was taken on the album cover. And I wish Elvis would have got involved in that and said, no, I don't want that picture. I don't like that one. I want that one, you know. But he probably didn't have a say in it, did he? So,
No, once he laid down the tracks and everything like that, he handed it over to somebody else, didn't he?
Yeah, but 62 was definitely a great, and I always thought Girls, Girls, Girls from 1962 was a fantastic movie soundtrack. His voice on that was fantastic as well.
Yeah. It was after 64 they started sort of cutting corners and things like that. Of course, the way he recorded a lot of them after 64 was they would lay down the instrumental tracks and then he'd go in and just put the vocal on. You know, things like, I mean, we know he did that with Paradise of Wine Style and things like that. You know, he just wanted to get in, do the vocals, and get out again. And he found it very difficult to keep a straight face while he was recording them as well.
Just listening to, I've just got the Hair of My Holiday sessions.
Oh yeah,
really good. And you can tell that he was really up for that film. He thought it was going to be a different role and and everything. And it didn't quite obviously turn out the way he wanted it to. But I think he really enjoyed the songs, and you can tell by some of the outtakes on there. And they've done the album again and remastered it on the free CD set. It's the best it's ever sounded.
Yeah.
It sounds fantastic. So if anybody hasn't got that,
you'd highly recommend it.
Yeah, it's the same as the Girl Happy sessions as well. That's fantastic as well.
Yeah, they're turning out some good stuff at the moment. All right,
definitely.
Cheers, Mark. All right, all the best. Bye. And we move over now to Brent. Hi, Brent. How are you?
Hey, Steve, how's it going?
Hey, keeping well. How are you?
I'm doing well, sir. You know what? I love every topic that you cover, but this in particular is one that's near and dear to my heart, being that I'm a more music-centered channel.
I kind of knew. I thought when I was thinking of doing it, I was thinking this is going to be right up Brent Street.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is prime rib, with a potato, and this is just beautiful. You know what? A lot of it has to do with the titles because that's your first impression. And I remember thinking back then, now some people might not agree with me, but I think it would have given a sense of mystery or something, being that it was already a track in the title. I would have renamed Potluck Gonna Get Back Home Somehow.
Yeah, right, yeah.
That would have created a little mystery, a little peril, like, okay, what's going on? I got to get this album. I'm not sure. And of course, when everybody starts on the deep dive, what is really funny is that everybody gets confused with Something for Everybody and Elvis for Everyone.
Elvis for Everyone, yeah.
It's that. And then you got to, at first, until you really know the material well, you got to go, okay, which one is which again? And Something for Everybody, I wish they would have done something in the title that would have indicated the duality of the album, being that both sides were very different thematically, like you said, rhythm on one, ballad on the other. Two sides of Elvis would have even worked better than that. And I just think in the titling they went wrong, but I also think for perspective's sake, the focus was really on the soundtrack albums at that time, because as you know, Blue Hawaii and GI Blues really outsold Elvis's Back. So I think maybe that was more of the focus because and when people talk about pictures of Elvis, one thing that pisses me off to high hell is that why didn't they do more professional photographs of him in the 70s? Everything is a concert still that they try to get.
Yes.
I wish there were more professional photo sessions of Elvis in the 70s, because almost all of his great professional photo shoots were done in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a studio album, and then they put a live shot on the front of it. Does that make sense?
Oh God, no, and especially too when you think about how many great artists there were. When I'm talking about artists, I talk about the people that designed photo covers. The 70s was like a boom for innovative photo covers. They really could have done something with Elvis, and I think. As far as the weighing in on between the two albums that you're featuring, I think Something for Everybody has one thing going for it that Potluck doesn't. Potluck, some of those sessions from those songs were almost a year apart, where Something for Everybody was more of a concentrated effort, being how they were all recorded so closely together, within the span of an evening.
Yeah.
And so it felt like they were really doing this singular, concentrated thematic kind of approach to it, where Potluck with Elvis will take one session and then some stuff from 1961, stuff from 1962, and throw it together. Hence,
That's probably where Parker was thinking of it, potluck.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know. I'm just this is a weird anecdote to throw, but I hate potlucks as an idea because potlucks indicates that everybody's bringing food, and I don't know the hygiene of these other people bringing food. I hate that stuff. Makes me nervous, Steve.
Yeah.
So don't call it potluck, especially seeing that boiling cauldron right there.
Yeah.
No. But
are we gonna address the elephant in the room? What about the picture on potluck?
Oh yeah. It's well, first of all, it's a picture that it's not even really that good of a quality, and I also don't think the backdrop fits that either. It's kind of an off red pink. I would have redone it differently. First of all, if you even look at the red with the Elvis title on potluck, it's not a vibrant red, so it's not popping.
Yeah, it's a dull red. Yeah,
background cover is a little dull too. It's a little muted. I have seen amateurs with doing Elvis reactions put up much better thumbnails to some of the reactions that I see, and it's not a put down. It's just that when you think about how awesome some of those soundtrack titles of that time period were, it looked like this was almost like, okay, this is our version of like the bargain label Camden version stuff. We're really going for the soundtracks, but the mainstream albums will just kind of take less of an approach. But that picture of him on Something for Everybody is classic, though. I think that is just beautiful.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, anyway, you're going for Something for Everybody, yeah?
Yes, sir. Great topic, and thank you. And if I could say one last thing about
the
Circle G Foundation.
Yes, please do.
An ambassador for it, and I thank you, Steve, because there's been times where Leslie came to you and you proudly allowed that content to kind of be on your channel and advocate for it. And I want to thank you for that because it's not a reflection on Leslie or anybody else being involved not to be able to accomplish the goals.
No.
The power struggle, they held the higher hand in this, and their inability or probably their choice not to really, probably is a better word, not to really take the ball and run with it and make it into something what it could be. It just, if you could picture it this way, Leslie had two hands tied behind her back and had to lift one leg up and had to hop and run 8 miles. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what she was up against.
Yes.
And she did amazing for what she had to work with and what she was up against. And anyone who ever donated or helped out or even helped spread the word about the Circle G, I want to thank all of you. It was a great run, and I don't think it's the end. I just think it's one battle versus the war, maybe.
Yeah, no, I don't feel it's the end either. I think somebody somewhere will see the sense in all this and take it on board, and maybe somebody with a lot of financial backing, which is what is needed, unfortunately. Because there is
we're going with a water pistol versus someone with machine guns.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there is unfortunately an element of greed has entered it as well, which always does, unfortunately, and you can't. It's hard to get over that, isn't it? But however, as I say, I don't think it's the end. I just think Leslie. Nobody could have done more than Leslie. That's for sure. I know it cost her a lot of grief over the years. As she said herself, she actually had to take time off work because of the emotional toll that it took on her. So and you don't spend 15 years of your life doing something that you're not completely and utterly invested in, which is what Leslie was.
Well, think of the pain we go through putting a channel together. A lot of people don't realize they just some people just show up and they don't realize. I'm sure you put hours into work for each episode. For each one of my Elvis Music Show episodes, it takes about 6 hours when it comes from research to putting in the extensive editing. Picture what we do in prep and multiply that times 30, and that's what Leslie did each week for that organization.
Yeah, for 15 years. Yeah.
You know what? Battle has concluded. We did as well as we could. I look at it as like William Wallace, versus England or something at that time or something. You're just simply outnumbered.
Yeah.
But you know what? The fight goes on. And thank you, Steve, and everybody else for anything you guys have ever done for the organization. And thanks for the call.
Yeah. Thanks, Brent. Take care.
You.
All the best. Bye-bye. Yes, I fully agree with what Brent is saying. I don't believe it's over. The battle for Circle G is not over. It's just the end of a round. If it's a fight, a battle, and as I say, nobody could have done more than Leslie has done over the 15 years. I probably will be saying more on the matter as time goes on. It's still very, very fresh. I only found out about it about half an hour before I came on live. So I'm still sort of reacting to the news that Leslie is actually stepping down from the Circle G Foundation. Okay. I just noticed there actually somebody said that potluck sounds like leftovers. I'm not too sure. Oh yes, Duncan Campbell says potluck kind of suggests leftovers. Yes, it does. Well, it was more. It was gleaned. Potluck was gleaned more from more various recording sessions, like Brent said. Whereas Something for Everybody was just one recording session, apart from that extra bonus track, of course. Okay, now that's it for now. Thank you very, very much for all the callers. Fascinating as always, the callers. I love the callers every week. Please do get involved with these call-ins. After all, get involved because this is your Elvis channel. Now we move on, and we move on to...
It's time now for This Day in Elvis History.
Or will we do... Yeah, we will. We'll do history first, and then we'll do another hidden Elvis. Now, as I said earlier on, if this is your birthday, or if this is your any red letter day, a special day for you, and you want to know what Elvis was doing down through the years, then this is the part that will interest you, because on this day, July 6th, 1954, probably... It would be hard to argue that this isn't the biggest day in Elvis's history. Sam Phillips, in 1954, Sam Phillips gave Memphis DJ Dewey Phillips, I'll say it correct, get my teeth in properly, an acetate of Elvis's That's All Right Mama to play on his radio show. The following evening, Elvis, Scotty and Bill returned to Sun Studio to try and record a B-side to go with it. Of course, they were successful. Blue Moon of Kentucky. So, yeah. Today's the day when Sam gave that acetate to Dewey. 1955, we've got Baby Let's Play House became Elvis's first national hit song when it made number 5 on the Billboard Country Singles Chart in July 1955, of course. The first 3 Elvis singles only had regional chart success in the markets where he played concerts or within the radio broadcasts. So that was on this day in 1955. 1956. Elvis visited 12-year-old Ellen Mincy at St. Joseph's Hospital in Memphis. She and her mother were injured in an automobile accident as they returned home from a picnic to get ready to attend Elvis's performance at Russwood Park. And, of course, they couldn't. So Elvis heard about it, and there's a picture of him visiting Ellen and the mother. 1958, Elvis receives a speeding ticket. 1960, during an interview with the Memphis Press Scimitar, Elvis said about his new stepmother, "She seems pretty nice. I only had one mother and that's it. There'll never be another. As long as she understands that, we won't have any trouble." I'll just move on. 1961, Elvis arrived in a chartered bus in Crystal River, Florida for the start of the filming of Follow That Dream. 1964, Girl Happy. 1966, Double Trouble, and 1967, Speedway. That's a cheeky looking photograph there of Elvis on Speedway. He looks like he's up to no good. 1971, Elvis went to RCA Studio on Sunset to rehearse for his upcoming Vegas shows. 1972, Elvis was introduced to Linda Thompson. Didn't I tell you it was a big day in Elvis history? A lot happened on this day in down through the years. 1974, Elvis remained in Memphis for the rest of the month. 1976, Elvis presented J.D. Sumner with a check for $25,000 to purchase a new touring bus for the Stamps. That's our Elvis. 1977, Elvis is upstairs at Graceland. Right, and then we do this.
Hidden Elvis, clue number 3.
Clue number 3 is no sweets, no show. I think most people probably know what it is by now, but don't... let me just do that. Yeah. I think most people know what it is by now, but please don't do it. Don't type it in the chat yet. Let's have the fourth and final clue, before we go any further. Now we've got I Wish Elvis Had Recorded. And this is suggested by Jane. Thank you, Jane, for suggesting this. And we go and we move up and we say, Music is a song by English musician John Miles from his album Rebel, recorded at the famous Abbey Road Studios in 1975 and released as a single in 1976. The song was successful in Europe, reaching number 1 on the Dutch single Top 100, number 3 in the UK single chart, and number 10 on the German singles chart. In the US, it reached number 88 on the Billboard Hot 100, so it wasn't as successful or as well known in the US. In 1982, the song was re-released in the Netherlands and reached number 4. Music is also John Miles's best-known song. The original studio version was produced by Alan Parsons of progressive rock fame and has an elaborate orchestral arrangement. Now, listen to these lyrics. I definitely feel they would have resonated with Elvis. Music was my first love and it will be my last. Music of the future and music of the past. To live without my music would be impossible to do. In this world of trouble, my music pulls me through. I really think it would have suited the theme of the album from Elvis Presley Boulevard. I'm surprised. I am very, very surprised, actually, that Elvis didn't record it, especially when you consider those lyrics. Of course, Felton would have had a field day with the orchestral parts of this this song. So thanks to Jane for sending that in. You too can send in your suggestions for a song you wished Elvis had recorded. I will leave a link to that John Miles music in case you're not familiar with it. And let me know what you think. Leave some comments below once you've listened to it. Yeah, music was my first love and it will be my last. Doesn't that apply to Elvis? In this world of trouble, my music pulls me through. You know, I'm pretty sure there's times when Elvis thought all he had was music. And in this world of troubles, my music pulls me through. Yeah. Okay. So please give it a listen. And as I say, you can also send in suggestions as well to me for I Wish Elvis Had Recorded. Now, I'm looking forward to this part.
It's time now for Caption the Photo.
What's going on here? What is going on here? Yes. Now, I spy with my little eye. I would have been very, very disappointed if somebody hadn't have sent that in. I don't want much. I want just a little bit. I don't want it all. Just give me a little bit, a teeny weeny bit of your love. Yes, that's another one. Multiply this speck of dust on my finger by a zillion, and that's how much I love you all. Then I know I believe. And then, I just can't help believing. That's another clever one. Now you've seen me. Now let me put my contacts in so I can see you. I spy with my little eye something beginning with F for fans. I like that. But the winner, as voted for by you, TrueGrit69. I love that username as well, TrueGrit69. I want you, I need you, I love you. I want you, I need you, I love you. Well done, TrueGrit69. And I had a lot of fun reading all those captions. And we always have a lot of fun with the caption. And I normally put it up on the post tab of this channel on a Tuesday. And yeah. And again, if you want to send me a funny photo in for a caption the photo, please do. Don't hesitate. And I could well be using it. Now, let's do the poll, because I can't wait any longer. Okay, and very straightforward. We've got something for everybody, 61%, and potluck, 38%. Now, I've got to say, I thought it would be closer than that. I really did. But 61% has gone for something for everybody. I couldn't have voted that concisely on something for everybody. Purple Green says, True Grit, are you here? ? That's a good question. Is True Grit here? I hope he is. Or she. Could be she. I beg your pardon. Why did I just assume it was a he? That's a terrible thing to do, Steve. Slap your wrist. Yes, well done, True Grit. I hope if you're watching this on playback, if you're not watching it on... Spike says, Happy Elvis Sunday, everybody. Yes, and don't forget, happy 4th of July weekend as well. I really do hope that you had a nice weekend if you were in America. And it was North Carolina, I believe, was the shout out, which was fitting with it being 4th of July weekend. Thanks to everybody that voted. Steve, happy birthday Ringo Starr tomorrow. Happy birthday Ringo Starr. Very good. What was I going to say? Thanks to everybody that voted on the poll as well and gave me a result. 61% something for everybody. Now, the underrated song was chosen by Susan. Thanks, Susan, via our Discord. And it's You Gotta Stop. That's what it is. Okay? This one. And it's written by Bernie Baum, Bill Giant and Florence Kay, and originally recorded by Elvis for the 1967 Paramount picture Easy Come, Easy Go. In the UK, the song was released as a single with the Love Machine from the same movie on the opposite side. Listed as a double A-side, the single peaked at number 38 for 2 weeks in that country. Now... let's see. Yes, September 29th, 1966. He recorded. Now let's have a look. He recorded Take One, which was complete, but it wasn't picked. Take 2, 3, 4. We haven't really got any details on it. And Take 5 is the master. Now, vocal overdub on September the 30th, because what it was a track that they recorded on just the instruments on the 29th, and the vocal overdub was done on the following day, September the 30th. A possibility as to why an instrumental track was recorded first for You Gotta Stop without Elvis singing live with the band is because they were still having discussions about the lyrics during the recording session, and nothing had been finalized regarding which lyrics they were going to use. This could be why Elvis did his vocal overdub later, after it was decided which lyrics to use. So let's have a look, actually, because what was the difference in the lyrics? Let's have a look. If I just blow this up a little bit, we see that it sort of says, baby, you're lying to me, now I'm on to you. It's the same old song, but it doesn't ring true. Now that kind of looks like what they decided on, but there was more lyrics, and as you can see, let me just blow this up. Is there a difference in them? Baby, you've been lying to me and I'm on to you. It's the same old song you've been singing all along. It doesn't ring true. So there's difference there. And then was there even another lyric sheet that was different as well? Let's have a look. This one. Let's have a look. You've got to stop. You're wrong again. Stop that song again. Stop breaking my heart. There's still a change for us yet. Stop making us part. Why can't we stay a duet? If you can't be like a sweet symphony, then stop. Yeah. So yeah, there was a couple of versions of You've Got to Stop before they lighted on the first one, I believe. Might not have been the first one. That could have been the third one they lighted on. But anyway, that's the reason why they recorded the track, and then Elvis came in and recorded the lyrics the next day. So I'll put a link below. It's quite, if you go in and you look at You've Got to Stop from Easy Come Easy Go, he's having great fun while he's filming it. He seems to be sort of looking over and fooling around with somebody off camera for most of the song, and he looks like he's having a really good time as well. So yeah, it's worth a watch, and I agree with Susan. It is actually a very underrated song. We don't get many movie songs that are underrated, but we have this week. So there you go. I want to remind you that there is a watch up coming along. It hasn't. The screening is to be confirmed, but I just wanted you to know that there is another watch along coming up soon, and of course it is. The last one was Jailhouse Rock, so it just obviously follows that the next one is going to be King Creole, and you can share your comments during the screening with other Elvis fans while we watch along. We had a great time watching Jailhouse Rock. We were commenting and laughing and joking as we went along, and we were sort of just really enjoying the evening watching Jailhouse Rock. And I'm absolutely convinced that it will be the same when we watch King Creole. The screening will be confirmed. Watch this space. I will be letting you know nearer the time when we'll be doing the watch along. Now, this.
Hidden Elvis, fourth and final clue.
I'm convinced that just about everybody has got what the hidden Elvis is, but I'm going to give you the fourth clue anyway, and it is February 27th, 1970. Now, John's in there already. Paul's in there already. Rossi, 73. You got in there before I even gave you the fourth clue. Well done. Pat Shepard, Mrs. EAP. Yeah. I don't know. Well done. Juan. Yeah. Houston. Yeah. Ruth. Astrodome. Yeah. If you're not sure how we got there, well, there was 6 shows. He did that press conference, of course, that very famous press conference. Edwidge says Houston Astrodome. Yeah. What else? No suites, no show. Yeah. Somebody tried to say, look, we don't want the Sweet Inspirations to accompany you. And he says, well, quite honestly, if the Sweets don't come on, then I don't go on. Vincenzo, Jane, well done, Jane. Yeah, Astrodome. And finally, February 27th, 1970 was the first show. Well done, everybody. I must admit, well done. I thought some of them were quite tricky, but you did really, really well. Yeah. Dolores, well done as well. So, there's a fine shot there of the Astrodome. Now, if you want to send me in ideas, please do, because I'm always open to ideas and what to do on the show, because at the end of the day, this really is your show. It's not mine. I just kind of host it as best I can, but it really is your channel. So underrated songs, smoking hot photos, which, oh, by the way, yeah, smoking hot is coming up in a second. Songs you wish Elvis had recorded, funny caption photos, and you can suggest a topic for discussion. And hidden Elvis as well. If you want to give me 4 clues for hidden Elvis, do that as well. Because Dylan did the one for the Astrodome. I did have to tweak it slightly, but Dylan gave me the Astrodome one this week. So, and also this is one I hate saying, but I do say it every week. If you can subscribe, click the bell, turn it black, I believe. I think the color is black for all notifications, not just personalized notifications. And make sure you go into your app on your phone and turn on the notifications for YouTube. So you have to go into the YouTube app because sometimes if that's not turned on, you don't get notifications. It's a bit of a minefield, actually, to get notifications sometimes, but yeah, they don't make it easy. Now, we have to do smoking, and I believe this is one I harvested from the Discord channel as well. So, without further ado...
Oh, he's so hot.
Wow. Yes. I have to admit, from 1969, and you know what he's doing there, don't you? He's probably been fooling around with the sweets, and because he's kind of looking over and sort of smirking at them, and they're probably laughing at him as well at the same time. So yeah, 1969. What a year that was. Oh, Chris, my goodness me, that is some emojis. Oh, he really is so hot, says Rebel Vegan. Let's see. The cheekbones, says Scott. Yeah, those cheekbones is right. Helen says, oh.
Oh, he's so hot.
Juliana says, I have no thoughts. Good grief, he's gorgeous, says Sally. So mature, yet so childlike. Yes, Pat, yeah. Getting hot under the collar, Steve. Susan Branson, hi Susan, says so gorgeous. You can't go wrong with 1969, Steve, says Vincenzo. Yeah, reconsider, baby, maybe, says Juan. Yeah. By the way, I don't know what these crowns are with numbers next to people's names. Does anybody know what that means? Is it some sort of top fan or something? Is it the more you comment, the higher the number goes, or lower the number goes until you're number one? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know what it is. Maybe somebody can explain to me next week what they are. Paul, we were there in August 1969. I can't even begin to imagine what that must have been like. Chris says, I'm stuck at number 5. Juan is number 2. He says, I'm not sure, bruv, but you're number 2, Juan. Rebel says he looked the best in 1969. 1970 wasn't too bad either. Yeah. Yeah. And what about Loving You and King Creole and things like that? Yeah. Wow. Yeah. But I know what you mean when you say he looked the best in 1969. 68 as well. The 68 TV special. Paul says it was electric. I'm pretty sure it would have been electric in 1969. Yeah, that would be one word for it. Unbelievable. Electric. Phenomenal. All those words you can think of. Scott says, Paul is now my new best friend. Yes, I'm sure Paul could tell us some tales. Paul and Joan could tell us some tales about 1969. That's for sure. Now, without further ado, I've got to tell you that thank you very much for watching. Elvis says thank you very much for watching. And there he is with the cape. The next show will be July 13th, of course, which is next Sunday. Thanks to everybody. And Elvis has got one thing to say to you.
All right, let's wrap it up and get out of here.
Thank you very, very much to the moderators, Dave and Chris. Thanks to everybody that rung in. Great calls. Thanks very much. And don't be shy. Ring in and talk to me. I don't bite. And thanks also for taking part. Don't forget, next week we have the announcement of the winner of last month's Fan of the Month. But for now, Al, it's over to you.
Elvis has left the building. Thank you and good night.